Hello and welcome back to the final episode of Season 4 of OT Talk with Mr. T. The show where we talked how to live occupationally through the lens of an occupational therapist, how to talk and live more functionally, more independently, and more occupationally. This whole season, we're talking the recap, the review, rehashing what we talked about this season, so that if anything reaches out to you or touches a chord with you, feel free to go back to the episode where we talked at length about it. Again, I love talking audio. I love podcasts. I've always loved radio ever since I can remember. The goal one day would be to be live, talking my shows live on the radio. I would love that. Podcasts are wonderful, but it's a stepping stone, hopefully one day to get to do that. I always tell my wife I have a dream of being on TED Talks live. You always got to pursue what's your dream, what's your goal, what's your passion. Using your voice for good is really a tiny element of trying to make the world a little better with all my podcasts. Of course, the 4 Jewish ones and this one that is non-Jewish specific, trying to help people out. So this season, we wanted to talk how to help people in different ways. And again, next season, God willing, we're going to take our nice summer hiatus and come back around mid-September. We're starting a little late in the Board of Ed after Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully we'll be back around that time. But this season we wanted to talk about the topics, to talk personally, relate to you, the viewer, the audience, how life ties into OT, making your life functional, independent. We talked about so many things. We talked about how your summer went during the height of Corona. Talked about the kids in the kitchen, how Alexa helps us, what we do in our house. It's not a tiny house, thank God. It's not a massive house or a medium house. It's a small house, but Baruch Hashem, a nice house. We talked about how we use so many different elements, especially storage in our basement in the two sides of the room, and in our attic in the two sides of the room, and in the main floor of the living, kitchen, dining, and the bathroom, and the bedroom floor, the 3 bedrooms and the bathroom. We talk about how we use the garage and how we use the outside, the patio, and things like that we talked about last season and this past season. We talked about different trips during contact living, how to run the house and the living quarters, and for the love of reading, the love of writing, the love of library and toys and alternate transport and commuter vehicles. We just talked about recently speaking and listening to music, two-way communication and movement and travel and food, kitchen appliances, the love of your home and shed a garage. Really appreciating what you have, whatever God gave you is exactly what you're supposed to have. It actually talks about that in Ethics of the Fathers. Pirkei Avos, one of my other shows, we go through a paragraph a day, Mishnah a day. And a great sage, Ben Zoma, says, who is a rich person? Someone who's really content, really happy in his life. We talk about that, the love of the community and the minivan. I love our Toyota Sienna. It really is one of the best things we gotten after the house. Really, to get us place A to place B, I always say the sliding doors themselves make the whole vehicle worth it. And the space, being able to have our little portable potty in the back seat and kids to get in and out of the car, you can't beat it. The love of cleaning and laundry. I love our Speed Queen washer dryer. The love of laptops and technology, my MacBook Air. And we had a Lenovo, but I broke it, spilling hot chocolate on it, so we switched over to Asus. The love of the video call and WhatsApp. I do love that app. And the iPhone, I have the iPhone XR, but iPhone in general, iPod. The love of tools and the couch and the tables and the counters and toys and dreams and goals, safety products and kid products, allergy food alternatives. Since then, my son was cleared to have eggs, which is fantastic, but still dairy-free, nut-free, and sesame-free for the time being. So we still have these really cool brands, these really cool products. I love Cat's gluten-free. We actually also try to do gluten-free products in general. It just helps the stomach in general for most people. So they make amazing stuff. It has eggs in it, but they make fantastic stuff. It's basically like Entenmann's, but it's like a Jewish brand, but a terrifically delicious brand. I highly recommend you look them up on Amazon, KATZ, Cat's gluten-free products. Anything bakery-wise you want, they have. They have bread, they have donuts, they have donut holes, which is actually our Sabbath treat, our Shabbos treat a lot I get for the kids. You think about things we do with that. We talk about online shopping. You know, I am a major Amazonaholic. So everything I could ever get in life is basically either from Amazon or from the local Jewish supermarket. We talk about dreams and goals. Got to pursue your passions and your loves in life. Besides for your one true love, which is your spouse, if you're Zocha meritorious to be married, or if you have a girlfriend or relationship, that's the main top person in your life, and of course family and friends. But in terms of loves of passion and what you want to do in life. For me, it's my podcast, it's working on the Kid Jewish book, it's my music and my guitar, and it's working on this rabbinical program that I've been doing all year. Lots of different things I'm trying to work on. That's for me. You got to pursue your dreams and goals. Find those non-alcoholic alternatives. We talked about how we love having sparkling grape juice every Sabbath and holiday, Yom Tov, and how we have Mingle, which is like a Cosmo but without the alcohol. We talk about kid-sized things and trading cards. We talked about an office in your home, online shopping, the love of nature, love of photography, the love of loving to do what you do, loving work, love what you do and do what you love, habits and routines, kindness and selflessness, gratitude and manners, me time, getting the kids involved, Hanukkah, and this game's my favorite Jewish holiday of the entire year is Hanukkah, the Festival of Lights. Love of relocation. We went to the lake house for a week. That was a fantastic trip. We talked about in one of the episodes, guitar styles. Lefty, I actually did major amount of research, and I was on the fence for a while, but in the end, I'm going for this, what we call a budget guitar, the Yamaha guitar. So instead of spending thousands for a couple of hundred really good guitar, because I grew up using a classical guitar, but that's not the full-size acoustic that I really want. So that was what I did for the guitar styles, especially lefty, because I'm a lefty. We talked about that also. The love of convenience, how we try to do things and automated things, promoting OT and our mission, working with kids, why we love working in a school, at least me. Outsourcing things. My taxes are done by someone. All the outdoor stuff I refuse to do. At a principal, my gardener comes once a week in the spring and fall and summer, and he takes care of the outside stuff. I try to take care of everything in the house, but outside he does during Corona times, and even now, we don't have the cleaning lady. I am the cleaning lady. I am the dish person. I am the laundry person. I try to do as much as I can in the house. An oasis of calm in your home, bringing the beach and the park to you. You know, the canopy, the comfy office chair, ergonomic ideas, you know, talking about what does it mean to be occupational, what are the core values of OT, the love of the phone and the computer and email and messaging, and the mail, sending things in the mail, how we trust the mail to just get where it needs to go. Fascinating. Proofreading and using things like Google Translate or Grammarly, building things like Legos and Pipeworks, the love of Shabbat, the love of imaginative play, the love of yummy dinners. Since then we've canceled J Chef, but I love the idea. It just got a little too expensive. Green Chef, Chef in a Box, really cool stuff. We talked about molding activities like Crayola, cool crafts like 3D art crafts. We talked about craft activities and the tiny house. Really top episodes of mine are different ones. All of these I love, but some topics particularly speak to me. And then I presented to the audience my music, my 40 songs from over the years. Thanks to God, He put it in my mind. I've since then, thanks to God, have a few new ones since then, but we talked my music, concert of my songs 1, my music, concert of my songs 2. We talked about 90s games, drink machines, do-it-yourself tasks. I'm not handy at all. Purim, we talked about spring, why it's such a wonderful season, debit cards and credit cards, sending to others. Hobbies, color in your life, Pesach, Passover, kid utensils, OT month, apartment styles and studio styles and house styles, mitzvah items, those Jewish-specific items we use for different Jewish obligations, the open floor layout we argued for and against. I'm actually against in the end. We talked about DOE documents and OT month we talked about community centers and favorite brands, especially kids, the printer, the fax machine. We talked about active adult communities, escape activities, the love of Shavuot, the holidays. We talked about disposable things and books. We revisited simple things. Teaching a student level 1 and level 2, one of the best experiences of this year was having a student volunteering, drive-through things, restaurants, video doorbell, and video communication, deconnecting to reconnect, adaptive ideas, avoiding messes, the small things in life, hand dominance. We talked about how I'm a lefty and left-handed nature and life is so interesting. Proper slings, proper OT representation, don't encroach on my territory of OT, healthy digital lifestyle, stuffed animals, breaking stereotypes in the home, making the most of your minutes, recharging your batteries, and automated things. These are many of the topics, if not all of the topics we talked about this season. I thank you for joining me on the journey of Season 4, and I welcome you to come back and join us again. And Mirz Hashem, God willing, Bli Neder, Bli Ayin Hara, when we come back in around mid-September, God willing, where we continue the journey and we switch the journey to become a different type of journey, and where we talk in season 5, God willing, the idea of audio tidbits, a thought of the day from an OT perspective, trying to keep it up to around 5 minutes. 10 minutes is a wonderful amount of time, but want to condense it a little more for season 5, and we'll talk about maybe what's on the mind for the day. I thank you for joining, for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful summer hiatus. I hope you're re-energized. I hope you're revitalized. I hope you have a great time. I myself am going to do summer school, God willing. Hopefully that's a wonderful journey with my scooter in and about. And God willing, we'll come back and reconnect, hopefully, in the fall for Season 5. This has been OT Talk with Mr. T, Overtime Talk, On Target Talk, Occupational Therapy Talk. And I'm your host, Mr. T.